Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. The US and Iran remain locked in opposition over control of the Strait of Hormuz and Tehran's nuclear program. US President Donald Trump said on Thursday that Iran would not be allowed to keep its stockpile of highly enriched uranium and stood by the belief that it would be used for a nuclear weapon. However, Iran insists that its nuclear ambitions are purely for civilian purposes. According to sources, Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei has directed officials not to allow the enriched uranium, which is believed to total 440 kilograms, to leave the country. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called Iran's attempt to collect tolls at the Strait of Hormuz completely illegal, and also expressed disappointment at NATO allies over Iran war stance. Two South Korean activists returned home Friday after being released by Israeli forces, following separate interceptions of 8 vessels headed toward the Gaza Strip earlier this week. Kim Mi-hyun had been aboard a ship seized by Israeli forces in waters off Gaza, while Kim Dong-hyun was on another 8 vessel intercepted near Cyprus. The two were released on Wednesday and traveled back to South Korea together, arriving at Incheon International Airport at 6:24 a.m. on Friday morning. The release comes as President Lee Jae-myung on Wednesday condemned Israel's seizure of humanitarian aid vessels and accused Israel of violating international law. A government-backed investment fund offering tax incentives and partial loss protection opened to the public on Friday. The so-called Public Participation Fund is built around a 720 billion won master fund, equal to approximately $470 million, including 600 billion won raised through public sales and a remainder from state funding. The money will be distributed across 10 feeder funds focused on strategic sectors such as AI, biotech, and semiconductors. Subscriptions will remain open through June 11th at banks and brokerages on a first-come, first-served basis. The fund provides government-backed coverage for up to 20% of losses and offers tax deductions of up to 80 million won. Korea's tech-heavy KOSDAQ triggered a buy-side sidecar for a second straight day on Friday after another sharp early rally. The KOSDAQ 150 futures index surged more than 6%, activating the curve about 30 minutes after the opening bell and halting by orders for 5 minutes. The junior bourse opened about 1% higher and briefly climbed above the 1,150 mark during the session. That followed Thursday's rally of more than 4%, which also triggered a buy-side sidecar. Meanwhile, the benchmark KOSPI opened slightly higher on Friday in the 7,800 range after soaring more than 8% a day earlier. South Korean film director Jin Mi-song has won second prize in the La Cinef category at this year's Cannes Film Festival. According to the festival's organizers on Thursday, Jin received the award in the section that honors outstanding student films for her 17-minute short film Silent Voices. Jin thanked the jury, saying she was surprised by the unexpected result and grateful that the judges recognized the film's sincerity. The film portrays a Korean immigrant family in New York, with each family member facing struggles and emotional isolation in their daily lives. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.